Turn the music on. Look up, baby. Hello, everyone. I am Juanita.
And I'm Jason.
This is Marriage 101. Marriage Talk with the Elders. I messed it up. I ain't did that in a long time, y'all. But that's okay. That's okay. This is Lynell. He is the black artist I talked about for the last couple of weeks. And his lovely wife, Nicole. They are here. They're going to share their journey being a black artist. Before I get any further, this music, we don't own rights to this. So let me go ahead and put that out there so nobody won't be trying to come for us, y'all. We do not own rights to this music. If you like that, that's Kurt Whalum. You can look him up. Okay, so back to our guest of honor. Our guest of honor. They are going to share their journey as entrepreneurs. Her being his helpmeet, him being the provider. They're gonna share their story with us and tell us about their journey and how they feel supported or unsupported. Because remember, this was the month of February, and it's March now, but it was February when we had interviewed and begun our journey with them. And it was, what is hashtag Black Love? Is it safe? And how is the black dollar circulating in your community? So we decided to have some entrepreneurs, some like artists, because this is where we as a people have come from. This is what we have done mostly always. This is how we've always paved the way for our families and our futures. So we decided to have this artist on so that he could share a little bit of his story, him and his wife, of how they came about and where they are now and where they started at and how much it has grown and what they can see the Lord doing in their lives, in their marriages, in their children's lives, all of these things, because it's all important. It's important. It's an important fact to love and nurture our black families, and this is something we need to try and get back to. But by supporting one another, it's the most important thing. So we're gonna start our interview with them. You can turn that music down, baby. And let's kind of get in on here some of this. Now, because we normally do our shows live, but this brother is such a hard-working brother. He works at nighttime. So when the show is actually airing, he's working. So we're doing a pre-recorded show. And if you have questions, or if you're interested in any of the paintings or the art you see on tonight, you can inbox him at
Lynell Diggs on Facebook and Instagram.
Lynell Diggs on Facebook and Instagram, just in case, sometimes dudes' voice be kind of deep and they don't carry the way they need to.
And he does have some of his art here this evening that's in the background with us.
Yeah, go ahead and look in on there. Get in on it. Ooh, it's some nice pieces. I like that girl behind you with them blue lips. See, look just like his wife right now. That blue is popping out. Yes, auntie. Looking good tonight. Okay. So, tonight we're about to get started with our first question, which was, what was your passion and pushed you into going ahead and being an artist?
Before you start, let them tell us a little bit about.
Oh, let them tell? Okay, yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. How long y'all been married? How many children y'all have?
Well, we've been married for 10 years. We've been together 16 years as of next month.
Woo!
And we have 4 living children together.
Amen. That's a blessing. 10 years. They got that. Remember that title? Do you have it? Clearly they got it. 10 in, okay?
10.
And ticking.
Right on.
Okay. So, what else did you want to know, Isaac?
We want to know just who you are. Just introduce yourselves. Because before she was introducing y'all.
Yeah, right.
Hear from y'all.
Well, as Juanita has said, I'm Nicole. I'm Lynell's wife. We have been together many years. I've known Lynell prior to us actually getting together in a relationship. He was a family friend through my brother and sister. And kind of just along the way of us going through different paths, journeys in life, we crossed paths in a different way to where even though he was around, I started to see him in a different light, literally. Like I told Lynell that he actually glowed to me, that I saw his aura.
So okay, so now I have to interject.
Okay. Right.
Like the last dragon.
Yeah, exactly like that. And he is a master, by the way. He don't know, like in the movie. He didn't know, but he was searching for himself the whole time.
Listen.
He the master already.
Okay, so then I gotta ask this question. Since you did that, I told you I might have some additional stuff.
All right.
Who hit on who first?
I stepped to him first, and let me tell you how it went. When I saw this light glowing on him, we were matched in similar colors, and he was going to a separate event, and I didn't have any plans. So I told him, but we about need to be going together wherever you going, we need to go together because we're matched up. And we laughed about it, and it kind of went from there of me letting him know, I'm looking at you. I'm interested.
I see you.
Yeah,
boo.
and I'm an older woman, so I'm 9 years older than Lynell. So that was when we first met and started this relationship thing. He was 21, and I was 29, about to be 30. So that was something in itself. My first younger man and all of that. So,
Okay.
we kind of both took a chance on each other with that.
Okay, so in your taking the chance, was it worth it?
I say it was.
You say
and I second it. Well worth it.
Family. Beautiful family.
Beautiful. Yes, you do have some beautiful children.
Thank you.
Yes, you do. And that one that's an artist just like you.
Yeah.
Did you inspire her to do it? Has she always been like into the artistry as well?
When I first saw her drawing in a tablet or whatever, I kind of seen the potential. So I figured, let me go ahead and kind of help her out. Because I saw her trying to draw faces, but she had that little L nose. So I figured, let me show you how to draw how it should look.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught her how to draw the eyes and the lips and all that. So she just kind of took it on her own and took off.
Yeah, because they have a daughter. I think she's a twin, huh?
No.
Don't y'all got twins though?
Mm-mm.
I thought y'all had twins.
They're close though.
They're like, I thought they were
They
twins.
look like twins.
They
'cause
do look like
We have a
twins,
big
y'all.
little sister. Is the situation? The little sister looks about the same size as the big sister, so that's probably why y'all making them be twins. So, and they look similar in the face.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so this little girl, she can really draw, y'all. Like, y'all looking at her daddy's art, man, she's doing her own little art shows and stuff too now. That's how great, the impact. See, but these are the things, the gifts that God has given us, and it passes down throughout our generations sometimes.
It does.
So we have to be able to see what's on us. If we don't know what's on us, how we gonna be able to recognize what's on our babies?
Right.
So I just think that it's amazing that he was able to, as his own child, take her under his wing and push her on into her destiny. You know what I mean? Because she's a cold artist too, y'all.
She's doing her thing.
She be doing her thing.
We
You hear
had
what
a
I'm saying?
contest between the two of us where we had time contest
Mm-hmm.
and she beat me, honestly. I think she beat me in this contest. Like,
You ain't just saying that because you were daddy, right?
because it took a lot for him to admit
I'm
that.
like, me right now.
But you know what? As parents, we always want our children to be better than we are.
Yes, we do.
Because when we're sending them out, when I look at my son and the gifts that's on his life, the gifts that he has,
Yes.
I do my best to cultivate that.
Absolutely.
Because as a parent, that's what
our
we are.
job.
That's what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like when I was a youngster, my mama didn't know to put that extra stuff into me. You know what I mean?
No.
So as we
Instead,
learn
you
and we
do.
grow to do better, we got to make that happen. So that is good. I'm glad that you were doing that, and I'm glad that you were able to continue to encourage her. Boy, y'all, my son, See, you know how kids be doing in the background. I'm about to put them out, y'all.
Straight up.
Okay.
They
And
know.
so,
Those the kids know.
anyways, so with that being said, okay, because you was older than him, when y'all first started, hanging together, was there some things? How were you received by his family? Especially those that are close to him. And I ain't trying to.
Right. I hear you. Oh, no.
But I just want to make sure that,
Well, whenever it comes into being an older woman, people have their reservations of things of, are you kind of influential in a person's life at a young age when they haven't had necessarily the chance to experience some things in life that you've had a chance to experience. I do have a daughter outside of our relationship from a previous relationship. It wasn't a marriage, but it was a previous relationship, fairly long term. But our daughter was born out of that. But when I met Lynell and he just openly received my daughter like he did, that was very important to me.
That right there,
I'm a package, because I was a package deal, a whole package. And then when some people can have something to say in regards to that of him being a younger man and taking on that already a pre-developed home, I guess you can kind of say, because I already had a child, and I have been married before as well.
Okay.
So this is my second marriage. So all of that taken into consideration, that this was his first serious relationship that turned into his first marriage, as well as first children together and all of that. I think it was a lot, and people can have things to say, but I believe we just persevered above it, for the simple fact of, if we were okay with it,
then everybody else has to be okay.
Pretty much. Like, as long as we're not riffing about it, it's not an issue between us of the age difference, then everybody else can kind of fall in line with that. But in regards to like meeting Lynell's mother, that was something that I was kind of concerned about because of me being an older woman, and you know how some mothers can be in regards to their sons and things. Saying that,
because I got a son.
Not saying that Miss Faye was like that in any way, because she welcomed me with it. Okay. So we talked about it, like, well, are you ready for something serious like this, or would you rather keep it more of a less serious relationship, like kind of that friends with benefits type of thing, But we, but keep it all the way real. Like, we can, we grown out here.
Well, we out here, we
grown like that, right? But we both agreed that we were at a place where we wanted more than that. Lynell expressed to me, why waste the time to go through a variation of this when I can already be there.
You can already have
I can already have what I will be out here searching for, and I got it right now. So that's how it went for us.
That's amazing.
Sounds like he had a lot of mature.
Very much so, and I noticed that in him as well.
And he also, seeing his mom and his dad, he grew up in a family environment.
Yes.
I think that makes a difference.
It does.
When guys see their parents married.
Absolutely.
Whether that be good, bad,
and different. You need to see it all. You need to see all the variations.
Yeah, all the variations.
You do.
Because, like my son, when he was young, I made sure when we had disagreements, we didn't argue. He's 15 now. I don't hide it.
Yeah, well, I can't say that.
Well, I can.
Because we might argue in front of the kids.
But that was when
it's not intentional, but it happened.
But guess what? Everybody had that. When he was little, though, it wasn't that we didn't disagree.
Right.
We just was careful what we allowed him to see because we didn't want him to take from that. Everybody's perception is different.
Sure it is.
So I wanted to make sure that he saw a loving home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not no fakeness. So once he got old enough to understand when parents disagree,
they make up.
It wasn't gonna mean
they
wasn't gonna break up.
Yeah,
you know
right
what
on.
I mean?
Yeah.
He had to be able to understand that though.
Yes.
Like when you get mad at your friend, but you still love your friend. It's the same difference.
Same thing.
So I had to make sure he understood that. So when he was young, I didn't do. I waited till he was about what, 8 or 9. 8 or 9, where he still doesn't have complete understanding, but able to make a conscious decision of what's real, what's not. A disagreement doesn't mean. So at that time, I began to work out problem resolutions.
Yeah.
You know, I tended to show him that just because you have a problem, it does not mean you give up or throw everything away. You learn how to resolve it in an adult fashion, or in a fashion where you're not hitting or cussing somebody out. Well, now I ain't gonna even say that because Jesus is still working on my tongue right now. Because I started cussing again. See, when you let the devil back in, y'all, he kicks the door wide open.
Yeah, he do.
So, where I was delivered from cussing, I cuss again, but not all the time. And it don't mean I don't love the Lord, and it don't mean the Lord don't love me. We all got something we got to work on.
That's it.
And my mouth is that, okay? But as I'm learning how to love from the inside and apply myself from the inside out, all of that is beginning to change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really thankful that you guys chose to come on here and share your story with us.
Thank you for having
me. Do you have anything to say? Do you feel like when you met her, it made you grow up almost instantly? Or was it that it was something you wanted to give her that would make her greater want you? I mean, like, I don't want you to talk a whole lot, but I want you to just a little tiny bit to give us an understanding on your base of relationship.
I would say, like, God brought us together, I would say. Because she prayed about meeting somebody, and I was praying the same prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how it's supposed to be. Like, they have to try hard because he set it up.
Right.
That's right. It just happened. I mean? And sometimes people be like, oh, this is too good to be true. It must not be. It's got to be something else to this, you know.
It was really just as good as it pleased to be. So
that didn't change anything. Just,
no, because you loved her. So you loved everything that was a part of her. Yeah. So now about this art. How long have you been painting?
Painting on canvas.
How long have you been doing artistry, period?
Okay.
How long have you been an artist?
I was told since I was a kid. Like, some of the memories are faint, but I was told I used to like sit in a corner and draw little pictures or whatever. But I kind of tapped back into it in my 20s. Like, the school, that kind of takes you from art, because they don't cherish art like that in school. So going through school, I kind of had different priorities. So I did my art. I tapped back into it when I was about 21, and started airbrushing shirts. The airbrush art. So I was airbrushing for about 10 years, and I picked up a paintbrush, and I was drawing with pencil. So I don't know. I've been an artist for a while. Since I was a kid, I would say. And just kind of just took some time off, got back into it, and I just took it full-fledged.
And if I could add, if you don't mind, from my perspective, I think Lynell really went deep into his artistry through the grieving process of the death of our son. I could see that he might not have verbally expressed a lot of things, but I seen it come out in his art, whether it was expressions of anger or just expressions of his sadness. It came out in his art. And originally, at the time, he was doing graphite and charcoal art is what he was doing, and he started out doing tattoos out of like replicas of books, pictures out of tattoo books, and he was kind of duplicating them just to kind of challenge himself at different variations of skill. But it was during a time that I know that he was going through a grieving process, and you could actually see that evolving out of his art. And so I believe that was a transformation for Lynell as well.
You would agree?
I agree.
Because
you can even see the art change from when I was grieving to not grieving. You can see the darkness in the art.
That was the way you released. You know, that was your release.
That's crazy.
Just like everybody has a way that they
Sure they
release.
do. Sure.
For me, it's through my praise and my worship.
Yeah.
When I sing, when I have time in God's presence, that is my release.
Sure.
When I minister to people in that aspect, that is a release for me. And as when I'm not in a place where I can do that on a consistent basis, that sometimes I feel like I'm in a little box. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pop out. You know. So yeah, I guess like that's with anybody who has a gift. Which everybody got a gift doing something. Everybody got a specialty in what they do.
We do.
You know, and
Everybody's
it's important.
been given at least one gift.
At least one.
At least one spiritual gift. You got it.
At least one.
Use it.
Most of the time, you got more than one.
Right on.
But
you got at least
you
one.
need to know which one that God intends for you to work through.
Absolutely.
That's the issue I was having.
Me too, Lynell. This one right here tell me all the
I'm
time.
so rounded.
Yes.
Which one do I focus on?
That's right.
Or which is the easiest that I didn't have to learn?
naturally.
It's natural. So I just concentrated on that.
That's a lot of people's biggest issue. Is finding that one particular avenue. And really with that avenue, that is where really your passion lies.
That's it.
And your passion really opens up your ministry.
Yes.
Hear that?
So that area there, that is the biggest problem that a lot of people have to deal with.
I agree.
What is that main
Defining
one
your
that opens
purpose.
up everything else
Yeah.
for me?
He be like, Juanita. I be like, babe, but I don't know what to do. I can do this, I can do that. I don't know which one. We have had these conversations, but I'm just kind of letting the people know. As he was saying that he has so many gifts. Sometimes it's difficult to know exactly what to hone in on.
That's absolutely
you know?
it is.
So
That it is hard because I'd have to say for myself in my mind, because there are so many different areas that you can just put your hands to, shall we say.
yeah.
So you put your hands to it, your mind, your spirit, everything is just in it because it's nothing to you to do it.
Right.
But trying to really focus to really get that, find that avenue.
Yeah, but that's what he was saying. He was saying that it was hard for him to do that. So I was just telling him how I related to that in that aspect because of the gifts, how many gifts and how much things I can do with my hands.
Right.
And, you know, I'm pretty gifted in a lot of areas myself.
I am
So
as well.
it's really difficult when you got a lot to know what to do with all of them.
It is.
Okay.
So I'll say this, you know, I'm the producer behind the scenes, but I'm a very multi-talented
Yes,
young
he
man.
is.
Right.
And since I believe the age of 5, God's been dealing with me concerning just multiple gifts and them being working at the same time. A lot of them was my passion for music and singing and in the hair business. Once I become a professional at that, a lot of the other ministries or gifts, they were like help gifts.
Yes. Come
And so
on
they
now.
work together.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
So if I got up and then I had to do makeup, or if I had to do, you know,
The
the
vehicles.
designing, all of that was attached to my gift.
That's it.
Yes.
And me learning how to do it meant that I didn't have to put it in nobody else's hands, and they messed it up. So I didn't try to do things that was outside of my norm. I just brought in help gifts that worked conglomerately with my
With
gift,
your gift, your main
and then
Your
it just
main
blossomed
gift. That's
and
it.
began to blow up.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
And so that's kind of why I decided to have him on here, because it is important that we as Black people support one another, and encourage one another. Don't get envious when you see your brother or sister making it. Pat them on their back. Tell them, man, I really see what you doing. You are doing the thing.
Yeah.
You are doing the dang thing.
That's
you know,
right.
we got to encourage each other as a people. I don't know where that got lost in time, but it needs to come back.
It does.
And because we need that again, because our children need it. You know, the world out here is mean to little brown children. A lot. So if they don't get that love and that nurture and that push from in their house, they ain't getting it from out there. Most
Right.
9
of the
times
time
out
they're
of
not.
10,
Right. Mhm.
they're not getting it from out there. So I chose this because I wanted to help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't get the dollars. I think it was like $250 for that line. I didn't forget. I got a change box. I'm saving. I want him to make me this colorful line. It's gonna belong in my living room. Okay.
All right.
And I haven't been able to financially get that yet because of my transition in life and the things that has happened for me at this moment. But I'm gonna get it. Watch and see.
Right.
And when I do, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna bring it to one-on-one marriage talk with Alan so y'all can see. And so while he's on here, he did bring a few pieces with him. If you are interested, you know, he did give you how to contact him at any point, at any rate, or you can check and see if there's something else you want him to paint or freestyle draw for you or whatever. Reach out to a brother. You know, if there's something you are interested in, if you have something special that you need. But if you have something special that you need, it's gonna lead to this next segment. Don't be trying to inbox her man talking about, can you come fix can you come paint this? Yeah. Please don't do that.
Please don't.
So,
If I may ask, how much are the paintings? How much are the paintings?
This painting here is not for sale. This is my.
that's the one.
This is me.
That piece.
The painting. You know what I'm
Warrior.
saying? So yeah, this is that warrior piece. I can't sell this piece.
But you could definitely
but I
make
don't.
something for someone like that.
I can recreate a similar piece to this.
Okay.
Yes. These are for sale for between $150 and $175. Like my prices vary depending on size and color and detail.
Okay.
But
It's
this
worth
is my
it.
favorite
Make
piece
an
right
investment
here.
with your money. Use it
Hey.
wisely. Because that's 175 or 125 now. It's going to be worth 10 times that. So get it while you can.
You better prophesy over your boo
and
girl.
Really, what
Prophesy.
y'all are
That's
seeing
it.
on camera here really doesn't do it justice. You
Never
have to
does.
see it in person.
Have to.
Oh my God.
Have to.
Yes.
If you would grab
Grab-
the young lady behind you.
The blue with the blue lip.
Oh,
Yeah.
she actually changes colors depending on
You see that?
what angle you hit. So
yes,
she
that's
might
right.
change purple to blue
Yeah.
to black and white.
I like that.
So it
Now,
just-
what is that color called on her lip? What is
This
that?
paint in her eyes as well. This is
Yes.
called dragonfly paint.
Ooh,
It
I
kind
like
of has this.
that.
It's a top coat that color
Iridescent.
shifts. Yeah, it shifts colors.
Like iridescent.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff that looks like that. So like that is really speaking to me. Okay, and what?
And how much
what
is something that like that cost again?
We'll say 150.
Tell me, does it have a name? And do all of your pieces have a name? Or you just paint them?
Some pieces are titled.
Mm-hmm.
Like some pieces, I have many titles for, so I just leave it untitled.
Okay.
Like some pieces, I can call her Blue Ice,
Mm-hmm.
just cause how it just says Blue Ice to me.
Yes.
And it's been, I might post it and people will come up with titles and send them to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Black Ursula.
Oh.
Somebody called her Black Ursula. So it's like different paintings. They call her all kind of stuff.
And the one that's directly behind you, that one looks like that is a little bit from the slavery. Is that the rope around the neck? The one
Yeah.
directly behind you, yes.
Yeah, this is my like
Okay,
most
put
of
it back
my
in.
pieces are based on the African culture,
Yes.
kind of inspired by watching Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like after I've seen Black Panther, that kind of
But you was doing black art people before that,
then
though.
that kind of made me tap into the history
To
of
the richness.
the African tribe. I'm trying to capture their essence.
Yes.
And
I
that
like-
that definitely looked like pain in history.
Yes. But beauty
Yes,
at the
and
same
yes.
time. You know.
Yeah, this
Do
is,
they have a name? Does that picture have a name?
I can't think, like, some of them I titled when I first made them. And
Like that warrior picture.
This is Tusk King right here.
Tusk King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't have a title for her.
Did you bring anything that symbolized the love that you shared with your wife and your family?
Most of those type of pieces I sold to one person. Like every time I create a black love picture, it's one person. She just bought all of them.
And they were all
the same sitting. She just came to a show and said, I want all five.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
So I was
collecting already.
See, and that's what I'm talking about, you guys. He's a magnificent artist. So to all the people that are watching or will watch as this show airs, any questions that you have, again, you can chime in on the viewing when it's posted. You can also reach out to him so that we can make sure that if you need a piece, he can make it for you. You can make it happen. But depending on how complex you want that to be, you better have the pockets to handle whatever you asking for. Don't be like, come on, brother, cut me a deal. As bad as I wanted that lion, I didn't even ask for no deal. I'm like, whatever you ask for, that's what I'm gonna give you.
Right.
Because when somebody is pouring a piece of them out for you,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to respect and cherish whatever it is they're deciding to share.
Yes.
And so I think whatever he paints and whatever he asks for is worth it.
Yeah.
And he's worth the investment. So is his family, because he's trying to secure a future for those behind him. The Bible says that a righteous and a just man should leave an inheritance for his children and his children's children.
Right on.
So this man is leaving a legacy. So don't ask for no deal. You ain't getting the black people hook up. You hook him up. How about that?
All right.
I feel
Sounds
that.
good.
Before you guys end tonight, I need to have him give his information so that the people can know where to contact him.
You can contact me on Facebook or Instagram at Lynell Diggs. That's spelled LYNELL
And if somebody wants a painting from a different country, to have it shipped is going to cost. So you might also think about making sure you inquire, or when you're asking about the price, be sure to let them know that you are in another country, so that if he does what he needs to do for you, that shipping, whatever that shipping rate gonna be, you might have to, you're gonna eat some of that cost, baby. So just know that. Just know that. But please still contact the brother.
Absolutely.
Don't not contact because you in another country.
Right.
Reach out.
Don't
I'm
let
just
that make you
saying.
shy.
Don't let that make you shy, bud.
Can I ask my question now?
Okay. Oh, babe, I'm so sorry. You know we will get to chatting. Come
I
on.
know.
Talk on. Come on. Tell me what you gonna say.
I want to know, what is the craziest thing that someone has asked you to do as far as with your painting?
I think we. It's one of the ones I
I
had.
mean, just paint a nude picture maybe. And I'm not sure if they were serious or joking.
They were just
about
trying to push up on you.
It's actually my wife's friend.
What that mean?
You put it up on.
You're right.
Come on now, Juanita, make it plain.
What that mean? Wait a minute.
That don't mean
Especially,
nothing.
No.
see, sometimes
It'll bring out the true colors. Trust.
Sure will.
it'll help you understand people's real motives.
It will. It
And, or
will.
even if they don't have a motive, not intentionally, they just want what you got. Please trust and believe. I have experienced some crazy stuff when it comes to dealing with my husband.
I can
People
imagine.
think I don't see him, but I be seeing him.
Sure.
But I'm confident in what I have. You understand? I'm confident in what we share. All I'm saying is, if you could take them, you could try. But I bet you won't be what I am. I'm just saying.
Well.
So, in saying that, have you ever painted a nude person? And I don't care if they was you saying that this. I ain't saying her friend is shady, but baby, all I'm gonna say is,
What you looking at?
I thought I had saw something on there.
all I'm gonna say, yeah, that ain't coming from her. That's coming
That
from me.
wasn't coming from me.
All I'm saying is, I don't put nothing past nobody anymore.
You can't.
And don't think just because it's somebody that's close to her and smile in her face that they got that love for her. They just want to be her.
Well,
I've been there, done that too. Okay, so how many times have you had to snatch a sister up about your boo?
okay. Well, I haven't had to snatch anyone quite. You know, like a full-on snatcher.
Look,
Yeah, no. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm just one to where I just believe in respect.
That's right.
The utmost. Don't disrespect me, him, or our relationship.
That's
and
right.
As long as you keep it in, tact with that, I'm good. I'm not a jealous or insecure individual.
That's right.
Because if I was,
Neither
he
am
wouldn't
I.
be doing any of what he's doing. So let's be clear of that. He wouldn't be coming to nobody's house doing murals or working on their cars or doing private shows or any of those things if that was the case. I'm very good and secure in what we got going on. The whole thing is people will try you.
They will try
They
you,
will
girl.
try you. They will try you. And you just have to be clear to set boundaries within your relationship of what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. You have to let people know, put them in their place if necessary. This is a business
In the spirit-
transaction.
in the spirit of love.
And I receive my payments in cash only, if possible, not in any services. I don't need your services in exchange for my painting.
What? Okay, so
let's
juice.
over that.
Let's get the juice. So somebody
That opened up the questions for the floor for more questions.
You heard what I'm saying? So you've been prepositioned.
I'm not exactly sure what she's speaking on.
No, I'm just saying. So as an artist, you out here, you looking all fly. You got the bald head. Women is in the bald head. Chocolate brothers. My taste buds changed a long time ago. Glory. So. But women is into guys that look like you, and some of them just into anybody that gonna give them a.
Some women want a married man that they don't have to have full time. I just want you for the fun and the good time. I don't want to pay no bills. I don't want none of your issues. I don't want your crying kids or none of that. I just want clientele is mainly female. So that's why I said insecurity or jealousy is not an issue.
It's not. Wait a minute.
That's not an issue
You
at
wouldn't
all.
be making the money you making.
He wouldn't even be doing this if that's what's the case. So that's not it at all. It's just that people will try your situation and see what is tolerable, what's not tolerable, what I can do, what I can't do, what's your boundaries, what's not your boundaries, what's permissible, what's not permissible. So you have to put those things in order for your relationship, whatever that is for your particular relationship. Everybody's relationship has different standards and boundaries. For us, we're in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, we don't do open marriages.
So no side chicks.
Wait a minute. That means
No side chicks.
That means we don't do extras. We don't swip and swap.
No.
I don't share.
We good.
We good.
And I don't want to hurt anybody over mines, but I will.
Ooh, get it out there. So if y'all watching, you better hurt her. I'm just saying.
I mean, and it's all well worth it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to detour anyone from coming and taking part in his artistry.
But just
'Cause
make
he's an
sure-
outstanding artist.
Make
Just
sure
check
your
it.
intentions
Keep it business.
are
no personal.
very professional. Is all I'm saying. Don't be seeing him on the screen like, ooh, let me see what I can get.
Okay.
Okay. That means he is not on the market, not even for side chicks to cook, okay?
No. 16,
I'm just saying.
16 in.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it, okay? But ain't it funny how when you decide to check somebody about what they doing and what they saying to your husband, that they want to call you insecure? Ain't that funny?
Yeah, it's always going to be that. But I personally don't feel that it's a form of insecurity to show I'm about mines. And if you cross a certain line, I'm going to speak on it.
Listen
I
to
will
me.
give him a chance to check it and reel it in. But sometimes men kind of feed on that attention. They might like the women.
Is that the ego that the
I mean,
women?
Yes,
could
it
be,
is.
and it's
It is.
all good. Like
you
I
know
said,
what?
it's part of it's part of it.
But
like
don't
they gonna
nobody
be
want
they
nobody
gonna
that
be
don't look
smiling
like
all in
nothing.
his face. They gonna do that.
Let's just get a
You get him
poll
excited.
from the men in the back. As married men, is it likely that when we're hit on by other women, that it's just our ego flattering?
Absolutely.
Is that does that get in the way
I try to
sometimes?
run. No, I'm serious because sometimes these days, depending on the women that you happen to run across, I know you run across more women in what you do than what I do, because you're in the public. I'm in the private sector with what I do. So where I'm at, there's not a lot of women, but
you go outside. There's a lot of them out there.
but the thing with that is, even though there isn't a lot of women, when someone, it's saying the case of when someone says, "Hello, how you doing today?" They take that as, "Oh, he hitting on me,"
And
that's not the case.
You just being a gentleman.
being a gentleman.
That's it.
I agree with
They
that.
want the gentleman.
Oh yes, they want
But
those
okay, so
people.
the part that the women say, "Oh no, I called her and she didn't know that I was checking her out, checking my man out." Like, is it all just they thinking you being too cordial, or the women saying she was trying me?
I'll say, well, you speak on my, I'm gonna speak on it as well. From my standpoint,
I'm laid back.
in most cases, I can tell when something is turning. And with the turning, I turn my conversation. No, this ain't going nowhere. You forget about it. Because you don't want to deal with that one over there.
Oh, that one
That
would
must
be
be
me.
you.
That's a whole different type of situation you don't want to deal with.
And I'm
telling you.
and I'm not a jealous woman, and
No.
I never have been. And I have shared my husband and his wisdom with women who need to hear it, because sometimes a woman does not have a man that can give her sound advice or godly wisdom. And sometimes as a married woman, I have to be secure enough to know that my husband can share his wisdom and speak over or prophesy to or lay hands on somebody and not want to jump in the bed with him, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if your understanding is misguided or misdirected, that is not his fault.
Right.
And I don't have a problem, because he's fine. I mean, like, don't nobody want nobody that don't look like nothing. I'm just saying.
Well,
But he's mine.
there you go.
So, as long as you understand those boundaries, like she said, you know, it is important that as married women, we are secure in what we have. And when we check you little single girls, don't think we checking you and we insecure because we checking you.
And
We
this-
checking you because you need to get checked.
But let's clarify.
And they don't all be single. They be married too.
What?
Oh, they be
Oh,
married.
it's a
too.
commodity now to have a married man in your bed.
Lord Jesus.
They feel like that is the biggest, forbidden fruit.
It is. It is the biggest forbidden fruit.
I'm
But wait a
the
minute.
married
It's a
man.
forbidden fruit.
Like I said, they just don't want the married man full time.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's
I don't want you
responsibility.
full time. Go home to your wife.
They just want to
I
be
just want
weekend
your money.
girls.
I just want your money. I want that
Ooh.
thing you swinging, and I don't want none of your issues, none of your problems, nothing. I just want to ride the smooth sail. And the dudes are the same way with the side chick. As soon as side chick ain't fun no more, soon as side chicks start having some issues and some problems, they'll drop you too. So just so you know, and they gonna let you know I'm going home to my wife. Is what I'm doing.
Or could it be?
Wait a minute. I'm picking.
Wait a minute.
Let's bring up something else now.
Okay,
I do wanna-
We only got one
Wait a minute,
hour.
and
We
we
gonna
almost-
have to do
I
this again.
gotta get this out. Could it be is the fact that it's not the issues that why they dropping it's because they catching feelings.
Well, they caught feelings when they laid the pipe right. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, this was my observation.
Wait a minute.
Now you went there with the catching feelings. Okay, that could be a big thing of it too. Because anytime you're interacting with another person on a close
intimate level.
in a close environment, in likeness of a career or likeness of a
Whatever.
a hobby or whatever it is that you're doing, but you have that in common with an individual, you can have some things to develop there, and that's where the emotional
Keep 'em
part of
professional,
things can
though.
come in. Versus, because every interaction with a male and a female is not always just a physical thing.
That's
It can
right.
get into emotional connections as well,
Especially if they
and
speak
especially if they
wisdom.
have things that are in likeness.
Well,
Okay.
well, I wanted to say this after you said that earlier. Even though that, it's kind of navigating to a different realm, conversational wise, and I think that would make good. You guys would make good to come back to talk about relationship.
they gonna
but I
come
want
back.
to,
They
but
gonna come
I
back.
want to, I want to
'Cause
keep
we
this.
ain't done.
I want to keep this segment kind of
About his
focused
art.
on, because what'll happen is the people that are watching it
Yeah.
will be like, okay, well, what
What about the
happened?
art?
What happened? Okay, so
Right
so
on.
let's table it,
Okay.
and then we can bring y'all back for another
Sounds
segment
good to
for
me.
relationship and
Right
talk
on.
about it.
Okay.
But we gotta
with
keep
the,
it.
but this is flowing with what he's doing though, because she's talking about his clientele and the people that he serviced, and that's how we got into the conversation to begin with. We might go far out left, but it's still appropriate with what we're talking about, because this man is a jack of all trades and he
is.
does many things.
He does.
And so somebody's always trying to get him to service him, whether it's a professional
good.
service.
Well, you
Yeah.
brought it back
Or
in.
he's
You brought it back in,
unprofessional
and,
service.
and that's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
Reeled it back.
yeah.
Okay, so then when you are put in uncompromising positions doing what you do, how do you put a stop to that? Do you make sure that when you are propositioned, they understand where you are and who you are loyal, where your loyalty lies?
Yes.
But some of them are persistent. I know these.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
I know these chicks out here
Thank you.
ain't always just gonna take your one word. They're gonna be like, I gotta do something to try 'em. Then they probably put on a dress when you come around them that next time. I don't know. Maybe I
Or
feel
take
something.
off something.
Well, I mean,
If they
listen,
ain't just putting on, they might take off. For the record.
please understand. Somebody,
Just for the
mic
record.
drop. Wait a minute.
Speaking on that.
You know, if I could,
boy.
whoa, do they do that? Whoa. Did I do it right?
I don't know, because I don't know nothing about that. We don't watch that.
Did I do it right?
I don't know it either, but I think so.
But yeah,
All
right
I'm
on.
saying is,
That's true. I can speak on that.
come on, talk a little bit about when you're trying to do something professional and you're trying to get your work out there, yet and still you're being propositioned in unprofessional manners. Like, paint me a picture, I'll give you some coochie. Paint me a picture, I'll give you a head job. Paint me a picture, come do some work in my house. I'll shake it for you real fast. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel when that happens? Do you feel disrespected?
I mean, if that happens, that hasn't happened.
I'm just saying.
But if that happens, that would be disrespectful, especially knowing I'm married.
Not only married, but I feel like they will be disrespecting your art in
Right.
a manner of saying, like, what you put into it, all this is worth is this.
Yeah,
All this is worth
I
is
agree.
this.
I agree.
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I put
So I'm not saying you did, but if you've ever been propositioned in that manner, you know, if have you?
Well,
and
I
you
believe
said
he
you haven't been.
I believe he recovered that answer pretty good.
Yeah, you think so?
I believe he recovered.
That's because you
from
are
a man perspective,
That's
he
yes,
did.
come on.
He covered that real good. And next.
And
that
next.
was the
He saved his marriage tonight. And
Come on now. You know what's up.
next time. Okay, so do you
Another
have
day he gets to sleep in.
Oh,
All right.
right.
Want to do it? Want to do it?
He said he didn't get all the way to this point
I
being
mean,
a fool.
Come on,
He got
man.
some
Okay.
wisdom somewhere.
Lynell is an outstanding artist. He's a humble man in character overall, but he is a bold force when it comes to his art. He commands a space. He's a presence to be reckoned with. So what you see before you hear is modesty, but his art is something that steps out and commands a space. So if anything, come and check him out.
And I heard on your page about you this coming up Friday. Come on, holler about that.
So
Bring
I'll
some
be doing
people
a
out to
show at the Parlor. It's on 17th in Locust.
Is
It'll
there
be from 5 to 10.
Is there an entry fee?
No entry fee.
Okay.
It's kid friendly.
Okay.
It's actually like this big building with a bunch of restaurants, live music, bands. Nice spot to bring your family out and relax.
Okay.
And then I'll be showing art.
And you said you was gonna be doing a live painting. What is gonna happen during this live painting? I mean, like, is somebody gonna be giving like words, or is he gonna be like somebody posed up? Or are you just gonna be freestyle painting?
Like, I'll have my art set up, and then I'll just be freestyle painting a picture, so people can see how their creation comes to pass.
Okay. That sounds like that's gonna be good. Well, y'all, it's been fun. We only had 5 minutes left. I'm sure those 5 minutes are up by now. This man is a busy man today. He left the engagement, came to this one, and now he got another one to go to. So, as I said, they will return, because I'm sure there are some questions that are going to come about because of our conversations. And if they're not, then I'll just have them back again, just so they can share a little bit more about, because we didn't go into some of the extra details about his artistry. Because this is a show about love. This is a show about family. This is a 100 show about how to make your family work, even when there is tough times coming. It is important, and this is also a portion of why we might have gone what it seemed like was all far off in left field, but it still was very prevalent to what we are doing on one-on-one marriage talk with the Allens. This all is relevant for what we're doing right now. And so when it comes to his art and what he's doing, if you are interested in learning more, at LynellDiggs.com, internet, Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram.
Is there anything else? You don't have like a email or nothing?
You want to do the Diggs Customs?
I have a website. Diggs Customs at yahoo.com.
Diggs Customs at yahoo.com. You can reach out to him there. But remember, keep it professional. We don't want to stir the pot, is all I'm going to say. Let's keep it professional. We want to thank you all for tuning in to our recording tonight, because this was pre-recorded. So as you are watching, please chime in. Discuss some of the things that's going on. And so, although the wives kind of we just went all off in left field. We kind of did our own thing. The brothers just kind of said that. But that is what it's about. This is a 100 show, because when men are giving a service, there is always some thirsty one out there trying to see what she can drink from the service being given. I'm just saying. So this is, play that music, babe. Play that one. What we had was worth it. What we have is worth it.
We built for love out here.
We out here building families, building homes, building futures, and we doing it. We doing it, y'all. I'm so proud of our people as a whole. And what I see, the good things that are starting to come back into our families. Let's remember that just because you have some disagreements, we can make it through it.
Yeah.
We can make it through it. We didn't even get to how it affected their family financially when he chose to do it as the only thing he was doing as an entrepreneur, and just making that be his main income. We didn't even get to that part because we were still talking about this part. They'll be back. So please tune in to, come on baby, one-on-one marriage talk with the Allens. We want to thank Lynell and Nicole Diggs for coming. Thank you guys for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your art. We will see you next week.